everyone, welcome back to my channel. I have just really had a lot on my mind, and I wanted to come on here and just kind of vent because I know that we're all handling just like life differently, seeing different topics that are going on right now, engaging with different media. It's impacting us all in such a profound way. And people that are connected to energy and energetic centers overall. This is a lot of worldly things going on to take it at once. So I wanted to come on here today because it's been feeling so heavy that I just needed to talk about class consciousness and the need for all of us to come together um in this revolutionary moment, meet it with revolutionary behavior. Now, class consciousness, it really is the social class and rank and beliefs that people hold on their social standing within society, the structure of their class, and then the common interests that they see within themselves and the people that are around them. Of course, we are in America. We are in a capitalistic society. We are in a chase and go until you make it. Everything driven by money, which is exhausting, but that's the society that we're in. I think that's why people really have a hard time aligning themselves interests of those that are within the same class as them. And what really has me thinking about this is that this is always something that is really, really prevalent and in a high level of awareness among those that have a lot of money and a lot of status. They are actively class and consciously aligned. They are consistently placing themselves into government, politics. They're paving the way for the creation of structures that positively impact them and their wealth and allow them to have that wealth, maintain it, and continue to build it. So, what has me kind of thinking about this is we're in a takeover, we're in an active fascist takeover of our government, and we're watching most of the richest people in society and seeing choices being made by billionaires that have no idea what it's like to be a regular person and live regularly within the United States of America. How are we letting this happen in front of us? A lot of people are not tuned into politics. It's not surprising that this is something that's going on, but there are so many of us that are paying attention and know how wrong this is. How can we literally stop this? Because so many people are still defending it. What we're seeing is direct threats to Social Security, Medicaid, Medicare benefits that really keep people going. Those benefits are looking to be cut to line the pockets of billionaires to cover their tax cuts. So, how are we all standing by and allowing these programs that support the most vulnerable individuals within our society to be stripped all to pay for billionaires and millionaires to have more money in their pockets? It just doesn't make sense. I was looking at a chart yesterday that, the proposed tax cuts, the average individuals would be losing about $1,000 to $2,000, which actually the biggest loss is going to the bottom percentage of earners within society. They would have 2,000 less dollars in their pockets when individuals they were getting plus 29,000. We're literally allowing social services and programs to be cut to literally line the pockets of billionaires. We're way closer to everyone that is living off of Social Security, that's living off of Medicaid for their health care, than we are with billionaires that get to basically buy their way into the powerful structures of American society since everything is for sale here. It's frustrating that the true limits of collective alignment and consciousness is racism and identity politics. We are really so brainwashed in the United States that if someone looks differently than us, or we have the idea that someone practices another religion or is so culturally different than us that we are not aligned and not able to collectively look out for each other, that is the problem. Americans look at immigrants and non-white people as competition. The narrative, especially in right-wing media, is they're here to take your jobs, they're taking your check, they're the reason why you can't make more money, they're the reason that your country is overtaken with crime. That direct messaging and that direct ingraining into Americans is literally why I feel like we're turning a blind eye to what's happening right now. I mean, we're literally sending people to slavery camps where no one has any note of where they are. There's really no documentation. They're literally getting treated like animals, and people aren't batting an eye because they see them as other, less than, something that's not going to happen to them. Well, guess what? History tells us anything. is that it's coming for you next. No one is safe. We had a moment with Luigi literally offing someone that never had to work again, making $43 million a year, to literally strip us as individuals away of our right to healthcare, which is a human right, for the profit of a corporation. Americans really support Luigi. Like, that was a really clear thing that we could all see. The media has their own interests with the billionaires that they are owned by, so they can't go out of step too much. Americans were like, nah, I'm standing with Luigi. I'm standing with Luigi's ass. Like, we get that one because we're all impacted by healthcare. We're all impacted by insurance. Everyone that's living in America has seen the decline of the workplace, decline of wages, decline of benefits. They have seen jobs and the ability to have a solid life from, like, maybe having a high school degree. Um, they've seen all of those chances just go away in front of our faces. Decisions have consistently been made to wear away our ability to earn fair wages and live safe and healthy lives. Our freedom is literally tied to the end of capitalism. Everyone always hears no one wants to work. It's like, oh, these people are all taking our jobs. They're the reason why we can't find any employment. Have we ever stopped to think, okay, why can't we earn the money? Why are we weaponizing a whole group of people that are also just trying to make it in their lives? The common theme in all of the challenges that we're facing is that there's a certain group of leaders, there's a certain group of individuals that are highly, highly, highly privileged and highly wealthy that control everything of what's going on and keep us apart because they know that we are stronger together than we ever are divided. And this is literally across the whole world, too. I'm looking at this in the context of the United States, but literally workers across the world doesn't have that collective power to overthrow the structures that keep us in play. We need to break out of this false consciousness. False consciousness is a literal denial of the class consciousness that we all hold and that we all are interconnected with. The only way out of this is to change actions and behaviors and to align one another with ourselves. Right now, just 1% of the population holds 40% of the wealth. It doesn't sound right. It's not ethical. It doesn't sound even legal. So, how are we allowing this to still happen? This imbalance creates a feeling of powerlessness as well. We are trying to be worn and worn and worn down to the point where we literally have nowhere else to turn, and we rely on the government for anything that we need. That way, they can keep us within that same loop, that same power imbalance, that same struggle, and that consistent turning against each other because we're in a competition for resources. Really, there is no resource shortage because we are rich in resources. The resources are just distributed poorly. They're not distributed equitably, and there is hoarding going on from the richest individuals. Like, there are so many deliberate things that are done within this country to have us be separated. I just really felt called to try to bring some light on consciousness and how we can come back together. Like, it's just so purposeful. The separation of us all is so intentional. It's so clear in, like, the messaging in the media that the separation of us is intentional and is the goal, because it's so much easier to stay in power if everyone's separate and not in agreement upon a common vision, common mission, common understanding of facts. So when we keep a huge group of people within the country brainwashed in the same narrative of blaming, of pointing fingers, of racism, of defending illegal acts under the guise of safety, this is just too much. This is just too much.